Okay, these two cards come out together. The Ace of Cups and the Three of Swords. A little third-party energy to dampen the mood to a new connection. There was some sort of new start. It did not go very far. It's unclear. It's dark. It's sorrowful, as this card says. These are the two that popped out first. So this is the underlying energy for this reading. So what happened? We have the Three of Pentacles, workplace affair, shall I say? A workplace affair in the workplace, which is pretty typical. What else? The Seven of Cups, illusions, delusions, games, smoke and mirrors, masks. All right, like you can't tell what's under each cup. You have no idea. A little apprehensive. Okay, what else? What else? The Five of Swords. This is not fun. This is not fun for me either right now. I don't even want to deal with this. Yeah, so someone's messing around in the workplace. And the shite has hit the fan, as I say. Because you can only put on a mask for so long, you can only trick people for so long, blah, blah, blah. But the stupidity of doing this where you work is that you're stuck there if you plan on having a career there. You know, so now you have this weird energy that you're constantly dealing with because you, or this person, I should say, I'm just, okay, and we have the Knight of Cups pop out. Yeah, and he's like a Romeo, you know, like he knows what to say, he knows how to say it, he's good looking. He's the Knight of Cups. He's a romantic, and he knows how to woo you. You know, like what else we got? The Nine of Swords. Yeah, this is turning out exactly what every F-boy does to every girl out there that's never had to deal with one yet. You get hurt. You get hurt. We have the Five of Swords and the Nine of Swords. It's like literally everything like crumbling down, like 3:13 on the clock. This guy had roses for you. He was like staring straight at you and giving you all this attention, a little too much attention, maybe a little bit of love bombing, you know, and then all this other cards around it, you know, like, so it's like this beautiful new start, and then all this anxiety, this hurt, this feeling, you know, just feeling tricked, and you have a headache from it, and you're just like, what? What? You can lie that easily? Like, what? You know, like you might not even be someone that is naive, but you're still like kind of like shocked and appalled by like how much people can just be pieces of fucking, you know what I mean? Like they lie like it's just like whistling, you know, like they'll just lie through their teeth at you, and obviously it doesn't go far with you. We have the Seven of Wands, standing your ground, protecting your peace. With this card especially, the Seven of Wands, like she's like, you know, this is all about standing your ground against others, and there might be a lot of others that you had to stand your ground with. Maybe there was more than one other. Maybe there's third, fourth, fifth, and sixth party, you know? So instead of even trying to figure it out anymore, or just being like, why, or even care, even be surrounded by someone like this, it just gives, it's just a headache. It's just a really cute headache because he's not, apparently this scenario does not look like it's going to go well. Okay. Or it didn't go well, it's like a crash and burn effect. Really, really exciting start, really dark, dismal ending, and I think you chose to keep your peace with the Seven of Wands instead of going into the fires of what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? A lot of people get caught up in the mystery too much with people when they already know the answer. But then, like, you it's good to inquire and give people a shot and give people a few shots and some chances to speak, because our communication is limited to how we perceive each other too. It's not just the words I choose to say to you, it's how you receive them and understand them for me. And do you get the same thing that I'm trying to say? I could say something, you can get something else out of it. So it's just like, you know what? I don't think I even want to understand this any longer. I'm protecting my peace. I'm going back in my bubble, like oming my way out of here. I'm going home. Three of Swords coming out again when I say that. So, yeah. In order to protect your heart from getting hurt anymore, you don't need to be around people like this, because what are you, bored? Where you have no respect for yourself? It's just like a bunch of empty promises, like a guy that kind of gives you a carrot, and you just kind of run after the carrot constantly, and like he never gives you the full carrot, the full love, the full relationship, because he was never intending to. Right? So I think you have to know when to just kind of cut your losses, unfortunately, because trouble begets more trouble. Four of Cups, and you're bored with it too. That's on top of all the weirdness, and the hurt, and um, just the anxiety, and just like the feeling disappointed, I want to say, over it. Is feeling disappointed that you had to pull back. Like you knew what the right answer was for you, that you had to pull back, but it's still disappointing. But it's also boring, because um, you're just tired of the same old game, the same old game. It doesn't get you anywhere different. It's the same game by a different narcissist every single time. Like once you learn all the strategies that a narcissist uses against people, it's boring. They're boring after a while, because it's literally like having, like only, you're on a football team, and I think you like, come up with different plays or something. I don't really know football, but like you come up with all these strategies and different ways, to go about things, whatever, um, and they only have 10 of them. They only have 10 plays, and that's it. And you know all of them. It's boring, because you know what to expect from them. Or even if you don't expect it and you're disappointed, and you're just like, you know what, I had higher hopes for you, but I see this loud and clear, and I can't ignore it. I can't not see it. That's when you know that you're wise. Because you could feel disappointed and be like, wow, I really did have like a lot of emotions for this man, but at the same time, he did nothing that was giving me the green light that this was going to be healthy and good. There's six swords, three, two cards with the Three of Swords on it, and then we have the King of Wands. So he, just like the King of the Jungle, he's a bit lazy, actually, and he likes to have a lot of women around him, kind of like boosting his ego constantly, while he does nothing in return for them. You know what I mean? Like, um, he'll do a little bit in the beginning, so he can show you that he has the time, the attention, the intention to do the things, just to be someone intentional, but then they pull it away after like a very short amount of time because they can't withhold that it was all fake to begin with. They're kind of using it as a strategy. It's like, I wonder if I said this for 2 months, and I just kind of like lied through my teeth, maybe she'll just give in after a while, kind of deal, right? So this guy's kind of just like charming you with the Knight of Cups, and he's like using his attraction towards you. um, I'm trying to think of the word that I heard yesterday. That was, distracted. Yeah, you're distracted, but you're distracted. Like you're just like you're caught up in this stupid drama that you didn't even want to be in. The Eight of Cups. You got to learn how to walk away, and that's what you did. That's exactly what you did. You're like, you know what? I choose my peace. This is boring to me. I'm walking away, and that's what you did. So you're leveling up the playing field by doing this, not only for yourself, but for basically for society. We're all teaching, on a microcosmic level, every time we interact with people, but on a grandiose scale, as a collective, if we all just kind of leveled up a little bit, I think our society as a whole would start to improve. We learn how to improve each other again. We learn how to work together again. There's a strong discord that's happening between people, and there's a lot of tricks, I guess. I want to call them a trick, unfortunately. What else? So, okay. Says there's a proposal in the near future coming. Maybe you might be a little bit surprised with. There's a denial here. Someone's not facing the truth. They're refusing to give in. Just remember, when you see something, don't forget it. It doesn't matter, because a lot of people just say to forget it, and you shouldn't. We have Divine Feminine coming out with a strong intuition. This is kind of like a High Priestess card. You could be empathic towards people and also to yourself at the same time. You could hold your boundaries and keep your standards high while also being kind at the same time. You don't have to reject someone just because they haven't met your standard of care. It's not about how much money someone makes or the things. I'm talking about how you interact with each other on a daily level. This is going to be your partner. This is your energetic partner on all forms and fashions. There's someone here that's trying to like hide evidence of what they did. Some people will they'll be completely flat out caught, right? And they still won't admit it. They still won't admit what they're doing. Like, they're caught red-handed and they don't even know how much evidence is out there. It's just like, sometimes a liar will believe their lies almost so much so, 1414, that they'll lie to themselves about the lie. They'll be like, you know what? I believe this lie now, right? In order to really try to pull off a lie, you have to believe it wholeheartedly. So you almost have to like trick yourself, do some fucking negative psychology on yourself to believe your own lies so you don't feel guilty when you're called out on it. So you don't have to level up yourself and change or do something about it that makes you a better person. You just want to sit in your energy, in your mud, and be lazy. You don't want to do anything about it. So it is what it is. I don't know what that even means. Okay. So there's a lot of third-party energies. There's a lot of tricks. There's a lot of workplace drama. There is a lot of Five of Swords. The Five of Cup pops out. So yeah, exactly. Five of Cups, all about breaking up. Breaking up is hard to do. That's a very old song. What is with the Five of Swords? A lot of fighting, a lot of arguing. You know, you didn't want to like go into that, like, because let's face it, we fight for the people that we want to be around. That's it. The Emperor pops out with the Ace of Pentacles. This could be someone that's actually a leader in a workplace, or someone that is a leader in some sort of form or fashion. People look up to him. He might actually have more money than most people, or if it's not about money, it's about stature or status. The Emperor, you know, the Emperor is the King of Kings. So, and then there's the Ace of Pentacles, which is about a new beginning. Maybe this is this proposal here. I don't know if you want to actually take this proposal, because it seems like this Emperor kind of like has a lot of cups. Why do you want to be in this energy with the Knight of Swords? Why do you want to be anxious and upset or like disappointed, you know, over somebody? That's not like anyone's intention about getting into a relationship at all. What's up with the Ace of Pentacles? The Ace of Cups didn't work, so what about the Ace of Pentacles? Maybe just working together would be a better fit. The King of Cups. And what else? The Eight of Cups. Again. What else? The Ace of Swords. There's some sort of, someone's going to tell you this proposal. They're going to talk to you and they're going to ask you something about working together, kind of putting your heads together. You obviously don't trust this person. You've walked away from them because they're in denial of their own doings, even though there's a lot of evidence. This person might not even know like how you know. But whatever the case is, you push that aside because you don't want the headache of this person. This person might be coming back around with a more level-headed offer of a truth and an opportunity. It is going to come from his heart with the King of Cups, Queen of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. They are afraid that you are going to slice them and dice them and throw them outside with the Five of Pence. They're afraid of that, but we have the Ten of Cups here, which is a really weird ending to this spiral of emotion here. This is going from the Ace of Cups to the Ten of Cups, a full circle. But all along the way, there was all these Three of Swords, all these illusions, all these games, denial, headache, disappointment. You know what I mean? So what the hell? The Nine of Cups come, the Nine and the Ten of Cups. This person might think that they actually want you, but you're just like, I think that's a little too late for that kind of feeling. But this person wants everything. They see everything in you, Nine of Cups, and they want everything with you, the Ten of Cups. That's why they're going to start as the Eight of Pentacles and not the Ace of Cups again, because it didn't go well. There's a magical surprise, a joyous gift swooping in from the heavens. So again, with a surprise here, a surprise here, some kind of surprise from this person, because you've put them in, you filed them away into whatever category you want to put them in, and you kind of just left it as is, let them muck around in their own problems in their own business. You know, you're just like, I don't want the headache, but there's something here that they're going to surprise you with, strangely enough. They want to come back around. They miss you. There's a void, even though they're in denial about explaining things truth right now. They are missing you at this time, and they want to nurture this relationship with you. There's something here where they want to kind of collaborate, and that's how they're going to keep the door open. Okay, whatever. Let's see. That's how I feel. Whatever. Hope does not put us to shame, because God's love has been poured out into our hearts through the Holy Spirit, who has been given to us. You shouldn't feel shameful for feeling hopeful. This person should feel shameful, even though they don't. And you shouldn't feel shameful for maybe accepting something that you weren't expecting. That's what a surprise is, right? You know, a lot of people don't like surprises because you're just like, wait, I'm a control freak. Wait, hold on, what are you going to do to me? You know, like you're going to, like, and it's just, you feel out of control. You don't like people doing things behind your back, maybe. But sometimes if you just surrender and you have full faith and trust in surprises from the Holy Spirit through God, um, you'll be given relationships, you'll be given things, you'll be given the job, you'll be given the home, you'll be given the health, you'll be given whatever you've been hoping for, um, in a more graceful way. And you should accept it in a graceful way too, and accept it, and don't feel shameful for accepting gifts from God.